Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. My name's Giselle. I'm a personal trainer. Y'all already know the dealio. I've talked about some aspects of body dysmorphia along this YouTube channel. However, I haven't really made a video like really talking about it. So let's get straight into these tips that are gonna help you combat body dysmorphia and have a different perspective towards it. The first tip that I have for you is to educate yourself a little bit more on the human body and how the human body works. The reason why I say this is because I feel like ever since I started learning more and more about the human body, I've learned to give my body more grace, give myself more grace, because my body does so much for me. It is mind-blowing how the human body works. Do you realize that your heart beats every single second? Like, think about it, because we all know like our heart beats all the time, but no, like your heart is beating every single second for you to be alive watching this YouTube video right now. Your heart could just decide to stop beating. There are voluntary and involuntary functions that the body has. So like, for example, breathing. We don't have to tell ourselves to breathe. Voluntary functions are different. I'm moving my arms, like I have the intention to move my arms to look at myself in the mirror. And I've learned to appreciate my body for every single thing that it does. Even when I'm sick, you know, if I ever get sick, my body's trying to fight the cold, the flu, COVID, whatever, right? Like my body is trying to fight these symptoms that are making my body feel sick, right? That are attacking my white blood cells or whatever. Like, it is crazy how our body just does that. And like, for me to appreciate my body while I'm sick, what I do is I just rest. I don't work out. I don't push myself, right? I just sit in bed. I drink lots of water. I try to get as much sleep as I can, right? Because those things help your body fight that illness. You can follow science-based personal trainers or dietitians, doctors, like people you trust, you know, like on social media. Follow them because they are constantly posting valuable content about the body and how it works. It can really help you learn to love your body for what it does and what it doesn't do, because whatever it does or doesn't do, there's a purpose for it. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, there's a reason why. So yeah, I suggest doing that. Speaking of social media, let's get into the second tip. The second tip that I have for you is to be careful who you follow on social media. The reason why I say that is because I feel like a lot of people will be quick to put the blame on social media for body dysmorphia. I don't want to sit here and invalidate people if they feel like social media does play a part in their body dysmorphia. Like, I hear you, and if anything, I agree, but to a certain extent. You do control who you follow. You control who you don't follow. You control what you post. You control what you don't post. Let's say you're following a lot of fitness coaches or personal trainers or fitness influencers that are constantly posting themselves in poses. They're always posing, right? And they're always like in a certain lighting where like the lighting is dim and it always shows like the muscles. Or maybe they just don't really talk about the reality of fitness when you're dealing with life, you know, like we all have our own personal lives. We all have our own things that can act as like trials and tribulations, like obstacles that make it a little hard to stay consistent on your fitness journey. Let's say they're not really authentic, they're not really real in that aspect, then you shouldn't follow those type of people all the time, because guess what? That's all your feed is going to be about. I feel like I follow those type of people, right? Like people that are valuable, but at the same time, don't get me wrong, sometimes the other side of the fitness industry can come up on my feed sometimes, but honestly, I would say it doesn't come up that much. Why? Because I don't follow those type of people. You can really clean out your feed, clean it up so that you're only getting like certain amount of content coming to you. Just limit that exposure to unrealistic body standards, because that can be detrimental and continue to make your body dysmorphia worse. You have the power to mute or unfollow or block accounts.
Oh, okay. Blocked. Yeah, don't play with me.
That are triggering your body dysmorphia, that are causing you to feel negative about yourself, that are triggering certain aspects of body dysmorphia or any other like mental health issues that you may be experiencing. The third tip that I have for you guys is to be mindful of your triggers. So if there are certain situations or people or certain habits, behaviors that just trigger you and that trigger your body dysmorphia, then try not to give into those things. Don't entertain it just a little bit, because even that little bit is going to trigger you and it's going to affect you. And with this, I feel like you really have to learn to set boundaries, and setting boundaries is going to help you create an environment that is helpful for you, an environment that's healthy for you, so that you don't go back into your old ways, go back to old ways of thinking or habits or binging or starving yourself. A lot of us have a hard time setting boundaries, and I know it's tough, but it's something that does have to be done. Anything that is not bringing value, that is not benefiting you, should be out. This fourth tip might be a little controversial, but this is just my opinion. People will say, oh, I suffer from body dysmorphia, but you have to be careful with what you say about yourself. I'm looking up body dysmorphia right here. Body dysmorphic disorder is a mental illness characterized by constant worrying over a perceived or slight defect in appearance. Are there some days where I do feel a little like, I'm looking a little bloated or this or that? Sure. Yes, I do have some days like that, but I am not belittling my body. I am not bashing my body every single day or multiple times a day or multiple times a week. I'm not doing that. So no, I'm not going to sit here and say I'm dealing with body dysmorphia, because I'm not. There are other people out there that are seriously dealing with it. I've met a lot of people who haven't even started their fitness journeys, or they're like barely in the beginning of their fitness journey, and they are already asking me questions about body dysmorphia and how to go about that. Don't even trip too much about that. You're already focusing on the negative before you even start something. And it makes me sad when people do that. It just sucks. And again, I just feel like at the end of the day, you really have to be careful what you say about yourself. So yeah, just be careful. The fifth tip that I have for you is to focus a little bit more on performance and more on internal things with your body versus appearance and external things about your body. Meaning, like, instead of focusing on how you look and what's on the outside, focus on things like improving your strength, improving your flexibility, your endurance. Focus on feeling better. Are you feeling sluggish right now? Focus on increasing your energy levels. Doing that is going to help you not fixate so much on your appearance and what's on the outside. And another thing too is to keep in mind that there are different types of progress. Are you able to lift more weight? Like the stuff that I just mentioned, like apply that to your progress. Are your clothes fitting better? Well, that's a little bit appearance, I guess. It's more than just, does my stomach look smaller? Do my arms look smaller? Does my chest look bigger? There's more to it than just appearance. So I feel like shifting that mindset from appearance-based progress to more like performance-based progress is going to help you manage your body dysmorphia. And I feel like it is going to help you have a healthier mindset for you and your mental health. It's going to help you appreciate your body a lot more. The sixth tip that I have for you is to have some self-compassion, have some grace, like how I said in the beginning. And this is easier said than done. This is something that takes time. And one way that you can do this is celebrate the wins. Every win that you make, whether it's before you used to not eat breakfast and now you do. You've made it a habit to have a high protein, healthy breakfast. Let's say you were lifting weights and the weights are feeling smoother, right? That's a win. Maybe you can even reward yourself, not in aspects of like food, if that's going to trigger you. I mean, yeah, that just kind of depends. You can do that if you feel like that's not going to trigger you, but for some people it might. So if it does trigger you and you don't want to go there, then that's fine. You can reward yourself maybe with, buying a cute outfit or something, or like, I don't know, like going to the movies and seeing this movie you want to see. Like, it could be anything, but just reward yourself in some aspect, because at the end of the day, a win is a win, and you got to appreciate that. The seventh tip that I have for you is to be tired of dealing with this crap. I am just sick and tired of belittling my body. God fearfully and wonderfully made me.
And that's a period.
And how am I gonna speak negatively over his temple? This is like embarrassing to say. Like, I hate the fact that I used to do stuff like this, but I remember in high school, I was around like 15 or 16. I remember I was wearing like some shorts, and I hated the way my thighs jiggled when I walked. Like, I used to hate that. Like, I'm saying hate. Hate's a strong word. It just made me feel like big and like fat, even though I know I'm not, and I know I never was, but it made me feel like that. And I remember one time I asked my friend, I was wearing those shorts, and I asked her, like, do my thighs look fat? I can't remember exactly how I worded it, but I said something like that. Like, how do my thighs look? Like, do my thighs look fat? Like, do they look big? And I remember she looked at me like, girl, like, no. I thought so negatively about myself that I had to ask her that. Like, that's crazy to me, and it's sad. And I feel like over the years, I've just come to an agreement with myself. Like, I am not going to continue doing that. I'm not going to continue having such a negative perception about myself, about my body, and who I am. Like, I cannot keep doing that. My tip for you is to be sick of it. Be tired of being your worst critic. Because I've been tired, and that's why I try to not go there as much as I can. I'm not going to sit here and act like I never have negative thoughts come up in my head, because I do sometimes, but I feel like I am, or I try to be quick to, like, you know, like punch it and be like, no, we're not going to say this because that's not true. That's just my head. Dealing with anorexia, I just got to a point where I was just sick of it. And I was just like, I can't do this anymore. So that's my last tip for you guys. And other than that, besides all the tips that I mentioned, of course, you know, if you're seriously dealing with this on a regular basis, then you should seek help, whether that's from people that you trust, like family or friends or coworkers, whoever you trust, right? Or, you know, talk to a therapist and, you know, find a therapist that works for you. So other than that, of course, seek help professionally if you need to. But yeah, you guys, please feel free to talk to someone, anyone, and you guys can even leave comments down below. I would really appreciate your thoughts on this and overall how you feel like body dysmorphia affects you. But I really do hope that these tips helped you guys out, because I feel like these are the main things that have helped me out throughout all these years. So yeah, these have helped me. Take it with a grain of salt at the end of the day, and please let me know if these tips do help you out. Thank you guys so much for watching my video. You are amazing, you are loved, you are awesome, you look great. And you know what, even if you are not satisfied, because I know sometimes people can say, Giselle, okay, I get all of this, but at the end of the day, I'm not satisfied with my body. Okay, then do something about it, change it. Of course it takes time, but I know you'll get it together. And that's fine. I totally understand that too. I hope that you can build a love and appreciation for your body, because you only have one body. One body. Take care of it. Take care of yourself physically, mentally, everything. Take care of yourself as much as you can. As much as you can. Just try your best. Try your best. No one's perfect. Strive for consistency, not perfection. I love you. You got this. I appreciate you for watching. Please make sure to like, comment, share, subscribe. Turn on those post notifications so you get notified on your phone every time I upload a brand new video. Alright guys, well, you stay tuned for my next video. Bye.